Hello everybody. As you guys can see, you guys are literally seeing my whole entire laptop because I saw this YouTube video and well, she got a lot of traction for posting this video, 2024 Wrapped, where she kind of shared her things that she consumed for the past year. So she was sharing some of her favorite books, her routines, TV shows. So it was quite a lengthy video, and I thought that it would be kind of interesting for me to share it on YouTube because I've always wanted to share it on TikTok, but I felt like I would just not stop talking, like because I have so many interests and I consume a lot of different things. She recently did an updated one, which is a Q1 wrap, and I thought that that was more digestible because it kind of like gives me a period of time where I can actually talk about things I consume from the month of January to March. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. Yes, let's start with books. What have I been reading? I have only read 6 books in total this year. Yeah, in 2024 I read 15 books. It's not that bad, but I was telling myself that I wanted to read more this year, so I set a goal of 30 books instead. So if I got them 5 books, which means that I'm quite on track actually. So I think one of the books that really stood out with me is Pachinko. Yeah, you might know Pachinko from the TV series that's currently being streamed on Apple TV. But yeah, I only recently knew that it was actually based off a novel. It's a historical fiction novel following a Korean family. So I can't remember how many pages were there, like 300? Ooh, 490. Okay. And it's like, I was quite overwhelmed with the pages of the book because I was like, first of all, I don't really like historical fiction. Second of all, just don't know how I'm going to get over that amount of pages in a short amount of time because remember I borrowed this book from the library. But I think because the world building is so fascinating and because the writing is so direct and straightforward, I didn't struggle at all on reading the book. Matter of fact, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I guess like the aspect of it being like a multi-generational novel makes it immersive to the point where I kind of feel attached to certain characters. Yeah, I left the review. There's levels to this shit because the author is just really good at putting herself in these different characters' perspectives and make them feel so alive. Nobody has like an evil side to them. Everybody did what they had to do to survive at that time, and everybody was evil for the sake of having to do evil things, and they were kind because they had to do kind things. Does that make sense? This guy, Big Nate's book reviews, he reviewed Pachinko, which I thought was like hella funny. I don't think you can hear the audio, but essentially his whole thing is that he would smoke a joint and review books, and in the whole entire review, he was basically saying how humans have like a very large capacity to survive or to suffer. Oh, okay. That brings me back to the second book, which is The Nickel Boys that I read right after Pachinko. This book is really heavy. It is written from the perspective of this kid who is wrongfully sentenced to a reform school. So dim sum, it's like a, would you call it a juvenile? No, not juvie, because this is like a school, right? And there were a lot of really like fucked up things that happened in the school. Kind of like not just racism, by the way, but of effects of racism. The reason why I give it 3 stars, I think it's because I don't really like the writing. I guess like the writing was a little bit too poetry-like. So if you're not focused, you might end up losing, you might end up like missing out some of the plot details, which I hate because I like to skip through words. I didn't have a problem with that when I was reading Pachinko, so yeah, I think it's a writing problem. Let me just put down those 2 books first, like books that I liked. Yeah. By Min Jin Lee, The Nickel Boys by Colson Whitehead. I think also Another book that I really enjoyed is Calypso by David Sedaris. I think I've mentioned this multiple times in my Goodreads that I don't like short stories. So, for example, Someone Who Will Love You in All the Damage Glory, it's mid to me. Yeah, I didn't really like that. Cursed Bunny, 2 stars. What was the review? This is my first time reading this type of genre, and to be real, I've never really enjoyed short collection of stories, mainly from being unable to be immersed in various of its universe. I thoroughly enjoyed some stories like The Head and Home Sweet Home, though the rest of the story seemed like a blur and it didn't stood out. It wasn't remarkable, but it wasn't bad either. Just not that very memorable, which is completely okay. Yeah, I not a fan. So I was a bit skeptical when I read this book. I think because David Sedaris is such a charismatic character, like it reflects in his writing, because I kind of really liked how comedic he was, how comedic he framed certain things to be. So like even if it was something that is really traumatic or something that was really bad that happened to him, he has a way or like a certain flair to make it sound lighthearted without like downplaying the issue, which I feel like is a big talent to have, because it's a lot to do with like reading cues and things like that. Yeah, basically my review says it all. I just find it that yeah, I like a very specific type of short story, which is like semi-biographical, naturally comedic, written in simple sentences. In a way, this was more like a collection of stories written from the perspective of one person. So I guess like it's better to call it as a diary than short stories, because yeah, it really does feel personal. I don't know like how authentic the stories are to his life, but you really can tell like the way that he was thinking at the time, and the certain dialogues that he wrote seemed like it happened just a minute ago. Yeah, he had a very unique dynamic with his sisters, his dad, and a very confusing relationship with his long-term partner. Yeah, there's so much mystery in the way he narrates, yet so full of life. Like I had to read between the lines. Like I'm sneaking into somebody's bedroom, picking up their diary just to take a quick look. Wow, this is actually a good review. Yeah, I think I put that in also. Calypso by David Sedaris. And another book that I just recently finished is The Dutch House. I have it here actually. I borrowed it from the library. It is 350 pages, 330 pages, something like that. But it took me quite some time to finish this book, because this is a sort of book that doesn't have a progressive plot, more so like a character development. So like there's no middle, beginning, and end, just like narrating the consequential life of, sorry, not consequential, sequential life of somebody growing up in the Dutch house itself. So there were parts where it was a little bit boring, but towards the end it started to get really interesting, because you're just curious about like how it's going to be wrapped up. I think also it's very charming and very witty, and you wouldn't have expected it from a book like this, because would you have expected her to write something witty and funny? It was really fun to read it, because I was also reading it with audiobook, and it was narrated by Tom Hanks. Say what you want about Tom Hanks, but he is so good at narrating books. Like the whole entire time in the book, he was just basically talking about he, as in the narrator, about his experiences living in a Dutch house. And I can't help but to like compare the situation that I had when I was younger back then, because yeah, I never really had like a proper house that I lived in. I've always been renting houses with my family. We would move houses quite often in a couple of years. So it's like it reminded me like the Dutch house to them was like a period of time where I remembered like I was eating too much curry at our small flat, or like that time I had to sneak in pizza. And then it was also like reminiscent of my relationship with my brother, because the main character Danny has a very close relationship with his sister Maeve. And I think he kind of like he was unable to kind of move forward because of whatever happened in the Dutch house, and the only person that knew this lore or understood the lore was his sister Maeve. And in a way I kind of like resonated with that, because no matter how my relationship was with my brother. I guess like it felt like we shared a little secret, and there was like there are just some inside jokes and things like that that only you and your brother knows. And yeah, I was touched by that actually, because I haven't really read a lot of books that touched on the sibling dynamic as well as this one had. So yeah, and and the best thing is that I read it quite. I said I took some time reading it, but it was because I knew that, because I brought this from the library and I knew that the loaning period is 1 month instead of 2 weeks. So I gave myself like a month to read it, and I was supposed to return it next week, but I finished it like a week earlier. So I'm kind of happy with that. Yeah. This is really pretty though, isn't it? Like swallows, like salmon, we were the helpless. I'm reading this like inverted. We were the helpless captives of our migratory patterns. We pretended that what we had lost was the house, not our mother, not our father. We pretended that what we had lost had been taken away, had been taken from us by the person who still lived inside. So, if you guys want to read a book that is nostalgic or things that reminds you of your childhood, I think this is a good read. So, I think I might include this as well. The Dutch House by Anne Patchett. And yeah, I think that's all that I read. I'm still contemplating on whether I want to read Flowers of Algernon or Children of Time, because I don't know, I've heard good things about Flowers for Algernon, but sorry, I don't know if it's Algernon or Algernon, I don't know. But Children of Time, because I think I'm like into sci-fi mode recently, and yeah, I don't know. This might take some time for me to finish it also, because it's like it's quite a thick book. Next, let's do movies. Movies. To be honest, I haven't watched like a lot of movies recently. Yeah, maybe because I don't have the time to do it. I feel like it's such a privilege for people to consume media all day. Oh shit, yeah, I did not watch a lot of movies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12. I've only watched 12 movies. Do not ask, okay, 11, not 12, because I watched Solo, Game of Life twice. Um, what do I think about watching this again? Because hey, why the fuck not? I don't know. I kind of like it. You know, it's fun. It's it's quick. It's witty. It's Hoon Hakim. It's kind of like no brainer. It's a bit dramatic, but like who doesn't love a little bit of drama? Let me see. One of the films that really stuck with me until now is The Memoir of a Snail. It is so impactful that I added it into my top 4. Um, yeah, first I noticed that it was directed by Adam Elliott. Adam Elliott is really famous for directing like claymation stuff. So yeah, I haven't watched any of this, but I've heard a lot of good things about Marianne Max and Harvey Crumpet. So, and another thing that is really interesting is that Memoir of a Snail is narrated by Sarah Snook. Sarah Snook acted in Sarah Snook acted in Succession as Siobhan Roy. So I was like, wait, Siobhan Roy is gonna be narrating a snail in a claymation film? Sign me up. So I watched it, and it was one of the best experiences I've ever had in my life. If you really need some convincing, first I would suggest you to go watch the trailer. The trailer is amazing. You get basically everything that you need to know. If after finishing the trailer you're like a bit hesitant, then try to watch this scene and see whether it's something that you might like.
I just realized that there's no audio, so I'm just smiling while there's no audio playing, so I'm gonna narrate it. I learned that the worst cages are the ones we create for ourselves. You have created a cage for yourself, Gracie. Your cage has never been locked.
Wow. I think when I first watched this, I was crying because it resonated a lot with me in my early years. Because, like, we usually set a certain expectation for ourselves and think that we're only capable of doing certain things, but we're actually more than that, and that we sometimes overlook our potential, and it really stops us from being the person that we truly are. And I think this film, like, builds up to a very good point, and I don't know. I think if you watch the whole entire story, I think you'll find yourself tearing up in this scene as well, because it's really like touching, and you can't help but to feel she's somebody that you really deeply care about. So yeah, I was really touched by it. So I put it inside my top four. And also, I think another film that I really liked was Easy. Well, Easy A is the type of film that I will watch if I feel like life is not worth living. It's like if I feel like life is depressing, I would I would put Easy A on, and then I would think that, you know what, life is worth living, and then my depression would be gone. Seriously, because Easy A was I watched Easy A in the period of time when I was really sad. And I remembered that because of like the way that it was written, because of Stanley Tucci, Emma Stone, what's this like what's that guy's name? Penn Badgley. Penn Badgley, yes. It felt like it was my own little world. I think it was the only thing that made me happy back then. So I think having to watch it again when I'm slightly older is like kind of nostalgic, and there were like a lot of scenes that were just like straight up so memorable that it reminded me of like really, really good times. Oh, and another thing is, this film, do you guys recognize who that is? That's Amanda Bynes. Emma Stone is gorgeous in here. This guy from Glee. You guys remember that? Basically, the premise of this film is that she's like the talk of the school because somebody has been spreading rumors about her being a slut. So she's like in this mission to prove everybody wrong, but at the same time she's like, you know what, I'm gonna own it up. So she goes around and helping guys who cannot get laid to pretend that she slept with them so that they can go around saying that, hey, I slept with somebody. Because, you know, guys are like that. Their ego is fragile. They want to be accepted into that wolf pack or whatever. So like you telling the whole school that you slept with this girl shows that you're like, whoa, you're one of the bros. So like she would get clients like him, which is like he's clearly gay in this film. So it's kind of like a really fun kind of film, and he struggles with his appearance because he's slightly chubbier, and she's like, oh, you know what, fuck, I'll help you out, I guess. And there's like this whole drama about like this Christian group. The Christian group like clearly hates her because she's like out here trying to like tell everybody that she slept with like all of these guys. And yeah, and her parents are just like basically just there to kind of like support her. At the same time, she's also like struggling to find her identity because she's like, oh my god, what is going on? And you know, swoops in Penn Badgley, and I don't know, it's just like the sweetest thing ever. And oh my god, even talking about it makes me like blushing and smiling, and I don't know, it's just a comfort film for me, and I really liked watching it. But yeah, is that it? Nothing else is quite memorable for me. That's sad. I think maybe I should start watching more films. Because just films are just like, there's so many things that's like competing for my attention. Yep, 2 films only. TV shows. Of course, When Life Gives You Tangerines. I think it's one of the best K-drama ever written, ever directed, ever filmed. It's just so bittersweet, so like it's just so real, you know what I mean? It's quite similar to Pachinko in a way, but less trauma, less war and stuff like that. But more towards like how parents back then really try their best to raise us, even in circumstances where they're poor, and how love transcends like a lot of the things that we suffer through. And yeah, I mean, you guys have seen the whole Kwon Shik moment. He is quite a popular sensation within the K-drama male lead. So I won't go even into that because that's another video of its own. And also, like, a lot of people started debating whether like a man like Kwon Shik is even possible. Yes, they're possible. You just need to like widen your horizons. And I feel like people get so pessimistic when it comes to guys, because I feel like I've met different guys, and I think having high standards, of course, kind of helped it. But guys like Kwon Shik is not that hard to find. I think you just need to know where to find them. I think what stood out was, I think, IU. I think IU is such a great actor, actually. I think she's like phenomenal. I think she played two characters in this film. She played as this girl, which is Esun, and then she played Esun's daughter, which is Kun Myung. So yeah, I think that is talent, bro. Like, I don't know how you're able to do that. Oh wait, it's not season 2, season 3. Wait, it's not season 3, it's season 2. My bad. Yeah, season 3 is gonna come out. So actually season 2. Yes. I don't know, I just, maybe because I've consumed I've consumed too many content from like the Reddit, so I don't really know what to say about this TV show. Can't really form an opinion about it because I think I need to finish watching the whole entire thing on its like in its entirety. Oh, I just remembered. I think what really stood out for me when it comes to Severance is the montage from episode 7, Chica y Bardo. This montage, when I first watched it, I was gagged because it's so, I don't know, I've never seen something like this before in TV shows, I think. Oh wow, that's beautiful. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought. You see this kind of stuff with like in YouTube, you know, and I like how it translated that into something more, kind of like, oh wow, that's beautiful. Oh, and also I watched Monster, an anime, so I should make it anime instead. Yeah. This took me quite a long time to finish, to be honest. I watched it on this website, archive.org. I saw this on Reddit. Basically, it's a upscale version of the episodes. I really liked it, but it was a bit too long for me. I felt like a lot of the plot is kind of like not that memorable. I kind of forgot most of what happened, but I think what stood out for me and what was sticky was the characters. Johan, you know, the famous INTJ villain. Because I'm an INTJ, so I kind of relate to him. Oh wait, Johan is not INTJ. Johan is INFJ. What? I thought he was INTJ. Yes, Grimmer. Such a good character, honestly. Well written character. I think it would be just easy if I go on my YouTube music. And yes, I first started using Spotify, but then I had because I bought my AirPods, so I got free trial to Apple Music. So I tried Apple Music and I really liked it, so I canceled my Spotify. And when I tried my Apple Music, it was during February. I think coming into March, it was Ramadan, and I don't want to make it a habit to listen to music, so I canceled subscription. And then I have YouTube Premium. YouTube Premium comes with YouTube Music. So I started to listen to YouTube Music. I was going on it like on and off during January, but then I started using it again. Let me see. Actually, there's like a recap or something. Pink Panthers, Lead, Break It Off, Just Us, Boys a Liar, Artists on Repeat, 4 Hours. Is this accurate? Pink Panthers, Yuko, Bombing Tiger, Malcolm Todd, and Flo. Wait, but I want to look at the playlist that they did. Okay, this is probably accurate. I was listening to this a lot. 20s, Swans Maja. Oh, I don't know. I know a lot of people from Brunei find this song kind of like cringe. That's what I've seen from TikTok. But I don't know. I really like the song. I think that the song is so cute. Next Door, God is Cool. I had a, like a Lucy Rari phase. I don't know. I had a Toulouse phase as well. Yeah, Bombing Tiger. I was playing a lot of Bombing Tiger in January. I remember like in January I was just replaying Greatest Hits, which is their album, like again and again and again and again and again. I'm just like so sick of listening to it. Obviously TBH has always been in my rotation, never left. I think I was, yeah, Charm. I was replaying Charm a lot. I don't know what. I think it reminded me of like last year, because last year when I had like work trips, I was replaying Charm a lot. So I think listening to Charm kind of gave me that vibe of like being in like this limbo. Like I feel like I'm in the middle. I'm like in a van traveling somewhere. Like that's what Charm is to me. So whenever I'm like doing work or whenever I'm in the car, I play Charm and it puts me in like in a mood that is like very relaxing. So yeah, I think I'll just put Charm. I don't know. Malcolm Todd just came out with a debut album actually. Oh, I've been listening to this a lot also actually. He's the guy who sang like
I love.
yeah, I think that song was really overplayed. Like every time I play this album, every time like Chest Pain comes out, I will skip it because like, oh, I really don't need to be listening to this right now. But some songs that I really like is Bleed. Yeah, this music video, it's so so nice. I think it's shot on film or something. And he had some cameo. He had Jack Harlow in it as well. Also Walk to Class is really nice. Concrete Envy was also kind of fun. I think he had Laundry Day on it. Yeah, Laundry Day. I'll just put it in because that's what I've been listening to recently. Greatest Hits by Bombing Tiger. It's literally a no skip album. Sorry, it's not an album, it's an EP.
Of course, it's a no skip album because it's an EP. There's only 5 songs in it. Okay, sorry, my bad.
Videos. Let's go on my YouTube, see. I think I consume a lot of like music videos. So like music videos that I mentioned just now is probably the Malcolm Todd one. Oh, of course, how can I forget? I wish I edited this music video or directed it or whatever, filmed it or in it. I think it's so beautiful. I even thought about like, I don't know, dressing up as like this and like do a photo shoot, but I just don't know where to get these items, you know what I mean? Like I need to find out how because oh my god, she looks stunning. I need to be in this outfit ASAP. Oh my god, she's so pretty. Even the concept is just like so 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 creative. Oh, did you see that bounce? Yeah, I love this. I saw it just now. Oh yes. Something about this music video just keeps on coming, like making me come back. I think maybe because of the chemistry, I think, between Jack Harlow and Doja Cat. It's like so natural and so seamless. It's like so flirty also. I guess trailers as well. Oh, but does trailers count though? I think trailers, I like it when it's a bit mysterious like this one. You need to listen to this with sound, by the way, because the sound is insane. The way that they use like SFX to make it like really mysterious and so, I don't know, daunting and so like, I don't know, like the sounds of people breathing, the sound of like people knocking doors and stuff can get really scary if you use it like in this context. Oh, I just listened to the sound just now and I was like, oh, I'm not prepared for that. During Ramadan, I was listening to podcasts as well. Another podcast channel I really like is Faith Fuel. It's hosted by Kino Azman. I watched this one. This is really fun to watch. In here, they were talking a lot about posting stuff on social media, like trends, and how like people would always feel FOMO whenever they are like they're not participating in something that's trendy, right? You know, having the feeling of FOMO actually helps you to reflect inwards about your faith and how you feel about certain things and your decision to not act upon those actions or something like that. Yeah, I think it's really interesting. I think everybody should watch this. Yeah, balancing social media trends and faith. Some Gen Z's challenges. Yeah, so I think this channel is really good at like framing certain perspectives, framing Gen Z's perspectives on like different types of topics in regards to Islam. Oh, another channel who constantly watch is this channel, EO. I'm not really a big consumer of vlogs, just mainly because I'm not really that interested in people's lives. Okay, that's not true. I'm not interested in a lot of people's lives, but I'm interested in the lives of people with interesting lives. Does that make sense? Like I find her life to be so interesting because she's a Korean she's a Korean person. She's a Korean and she goes to New York to I think she takes up this internship program in New York. And then there are like a lot of challenges because of accommodation, visa, and things like that. And so like yeah, like she would kind of like tell that story about how she had no job and unemployed, and then suddenly like she was applying to jobs, and then she has an internship, two internships. I don't know. It just seems like so interesting because she really is kind of like narrating her life like a diary, and I felt like I was her friend. And I don't know, she seemed really authentic and really honest about the things that she does. Yeah. So I kind of enjoy watching that and like kind of silently rooting for her to like succeed or whatever. Oh, another channel that I really like is Damon Dominique. I feel like if I really want to take YouTube seriously, which I am, but I guess like if I want to go to the next level, the person I really look up to is somebody like him. First, he's really good at doing long form content. He takes a long time to edit his videos, and I know this because it's just so well thought out. And you see, like 35 minutes, if I watch this video, it will feel like I'm watching something for like 15 minutes. That's how good his editing is. And he's just so inspirational, you know, like the fact that traveling across the country, living in a foreign country, and basically like building himself from ground up. I don't know, it's just so fun to look at his life, and obviously he's a very wise man as well, so he has a lot of opinions about different things, which I really like that. Like one of the qualities that I admire from people is like their honesty and their directness to say certain things, and he's really good at articulating his thoughts, which I feel like I'm not really good at. So I don't know, I've been trying to watch a lot of his content to kind of like get inspiration. Oh, and also like he is really passionate about learning. At this age, he would take like philosophy classes, and then he would take, if I'm not mistaken, Arabic classes, which I feel like is so me. I like to learn as well. So like having to see somebody be interested in learning is so motivating. You know, it's like if I were to have like to afford the time and the money to travel the world and go and take up classes, this is definitely how I'm gonna go about it. Yeah, Damon Dominique Kadima, Kadima, I think. Yeah, I think for the whole entire month of Ramadan, I was consuming a lot of stuff from this channel, just because like I wanted to get to know more about the religion, and I was kind of curious about the history because I was never really formally taught the history of Islam. Yeah, so I think this channel does a very good job in like telling stories and like narrating what happened during that time. And another thing that I really like about this channel is that it is very historical based. So he doesn't use sources that are from the hadith, but he used academic sources. So like he would cross-reference from books from historians, and he would kind of like narrate it what happened outside of the Islamic perspective as well, which I find that it's kind of interesting because it gives a very unbiased opinion about Islam at the time. To what extent is it unbiased, I'm not pretty sure, because I think the guy who owned this channel is Muslim as well. But I think the way that he tells the story and how he kind of like focused more on the historical facts, really made it more I don't know, fun for me to consume. Because I like facts. Not to say like I don't enjoy the other type of content, but I don't know. I just don't really like content that like is driven by emotions, because I feel like it can really skew the perspective of the story itself and makes it seem like it's not. It makes it seem like it's one thing when it's not. Oh god, the thing with products is that for the past 3 months, I've been saving money. I haven't bought a lot of things, and I'm not one to splurge on things as well, because I like to keep my. I don't know. I just don't like to be. I don't like spending money. I think that's like just me in general. And if I do spend money, I spend on things that I know I genuinely would like. Oh yeah. For example, like this. This is Telekung from Siti Khadijah, which I must admit I was hesitant to buy it because it's a bit expensive. Costed me like 200 ringgit to get this. Which one did I buy? Oh my god, I didn't know it was this expensive. I think I just bought the regular one. This one, I think. Oh, not this one. Is it? I can't tell. But yeah, I think this is such a great investment. If you think it's expensive, trust me, it's worth it, because I think first of all, the awning here is perfect because I have bangs, right? So whenever I push it up, sometimes the tendency of it coming out is really like there's a high chance for that to happen. So like, but this one, because it's the way that it shapes your face and the elastic is like dynamic, so it's like it really grips your entire face so that it doesn't move your hair at all, which I find that it's so comfy. And the material is really light. Even when I was going to the mosque, even when it was quite hot and there were no air conditioning, I didn't feel like I was like sweating under it, because the material is so light. So it was quite comfortable to wear something like this rather than other telekung. I don't want to make a distinction, but the thing is, like, I can feel the difference between this one and the regular one that I used to wear. So like, I don't know. This is just my opinion, but I do feel like it's worth spending some money on something like this, because like you wear this every weekend, so it's like, why not? Let me try to see if they have it here. Last time I tried to check it. Oh, I don't have it. But basically, it's the Muji. What's it called? Like boy shorts, underwear. This one. This is so comfy. I bought two colors. It's like one is slightly gray and one is slightly blue. The best part about this is that because I wear pads, whenever I wear pads, it gets a little bit uncomfortable. But this one, because it hugs so nicely, it really made it seem like I wasn't wearing anything at all. Like, I mean, not wearing pads, obviously. So I don't know, it's so comfy. This one is, and the thing is, I love wearing shorts. So it's like, if I wear this, I don't have to wear shorts, which I feel like is a win-win situation. So this really has changed my life, guys. I'm not even kidding. If I had known that such thing like this existed when I was younger, I would have bought it like in an instant. Oh, don't forget the women smooth boy shorts. Siti Khadijah. And also, these earrings I bought from Eljo. These are stainless steel earrings. Because previously I was wearing silver. And I don't know. Because the thing with me is I don't like taking jewelry in and out. You know what I mean? So that's why I don't really like to wear rings. But earrings, you don't have to take them out, right? I don't know. For me, I don't, because I just like clean around the area. But most of the time I would keep it in and I would shower with it. And I recently found out, because I recently just got this piercing like last year, I found out that silver really, like, it really tarnishes quite easily. I wanted to find something that was more durable. So I was thinking, like, oh, maybe I should get stainless steel. But then I didn't know stainless steel earrings are like really that hard to find. And the only place that I could find that really has a lot of like different types of stainless steel earrings is this place called Eljo Studio. Now they have a collection. Here you go, stainless steel collection. Yeah. Oh, but these, yeah. But the thing with me is I don't like these types of earrings. I like Huggies, the one that clips. Because when I was healing with my piercing, Huggies were the only thing that could just like not make my ear irritate, you know what I mean? Oh, this one. I think this one is like out of stock, but this one is shaped like a rectangle. If you can see, it's so cute. Aldro stainless steel earrings. Oh yeah, and I've been cooking a lot recently, so I think I just want to share some recipes that have been like life changing for me to the point where I'm like salivating even thinking about it now. This tuna salad recipe, I decided to make it, except I didn't use expensive tuna. This is expensive tuna. I just got the regular one, the one that is it Ayam brand? Just got this one. Just the chunk in olive oil, this one, but not spicy. And then I added like capsicum, bell peppers because I had some extra one. And I would eat this with toast and it's just like so good. I think one thing that made it really tasty is just because she added honey mustard. I think honey mustard made it more like sweet, tangy. This has been like a household staple for me. Oh, I think I'm gonna get groceries and get it later again. Tuna salad. This TikTok. It's a sambal aglio olio pasta. That looks so delicious. Oh my god. So I made it but the thing is I added prawns with it. I cooked this. This is so yummy. I'm salivating right now. This is so good. Spicy prawn sambal aglio e olio. I feel like my mouth is so dry. And I need to stop talking, honestly. And yeah, if you're still watching, thank you so much. It means a lot that somebody is out there consuming my stuff and you're listening to me talk for like how many minutes? I don't know, 30, 40? But yeah, I appreciate it a lot. This is my little cute mic, by the way. Yeah. Wait, let me show you guys my wallpaper. Isn't this cute? I don't know why. Oh, I know. These are like probably like a regular fish. This is the big fish that the cat really likes. Oh, but it seems like the octopus wants it though. Oh my god, that's scary.